Well, pets are members of the family, so of course you want to include your furry companions in all the fun.
But the holidays can be hazardous to your pet's health. Dr. Tim Fitzpatrick is founder of ABQ Pet Care, and he has plenty of tips to keep your pet safe and sound during the holidays. And this morning he has Tico with him. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Tico.
Good morning. Yes, we do. A lot of tips.
Well, let me ask you this, Dr. Fitzpatrick. First, I think a lot of our viewers who are pet owners want to know, what are the biggest holiday hazards for the pets?
Number of them. And they fall into the categories of food, okay, toys, company,
okay,
and cold.
And cold.
Okay. So, yeah, we want to make sure that the toys that we have are pet safe, made in the United States, hopefully.
Okay.
Pet treats made in the United States. We'd like to have pet toys that kitties and dogs can't eat and swallow,
Good point.
because we have a lot of problems with gut and gastrointestinal problems. And then we'd like to make sure you keep your pets warm when it's cold out like this. It's too cold to be outside, especially if you own an exotic pet, like a snake or a iguana or a lizard.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then kitty cats, of course, love to eat tinsel, you know?
Do they really?
And it's so dangerous for them.
It's bad, okay, so keep them out of the tinsel. And they like playing with it, I think, too.
They love it. Yeah,
So we need to keep them. What about the wrapping paper and the bows? I know that my pets go crazy whenever we're unwrapping.
Oh, yeah, that moment.
Everywhere.
Great tip. Don't have your pets right there when you're unwrapping presents.
Okay.
On Christmas morning, your pets probably should be put up. Because everybody's excited and nobody's kind of watching, and these guys like to eat things.
Yes.
If it looks good, let's taste it.
Yes, they do get excited. I mean, when it comes to holiday decorations, you mentioned tinsel and that cats like tinsel. What do owners need to remember in general with the decorations that are all around their houses?
Well, electric cords. Make sure that they're away from where your pets can reach them, of course. Number one. Number two, make sure that the ornaments you have are safe.
Okay.
We've already treated one puppy for plastic ornament crunching up and ingesting. So safety with the ornaments, and then glass and porcelain, things like that are out. Watch out for open flames if you burn candles during the holidays. Those are dangerous, especially for birds.
Oh, really?
And if you're cooking and you like to have your birds fly loose in the home, make sure you keep them away from the boiling water. Sometimes the birds will fly towards that water. And Teflon is dangerous for birds.
Teflon?
Yes.
Really?
It can kill birds when you're cooking with it.
I never knew there were so many hazards over the holidays, but there are a lot. Thanks you so much for the tips so far. Now, what about if you're traveling with your pets? And, you know, we do a lot of traveling over the holidays, and we got to bring them with us.
Right.
What do you recommend?
First, it's nice if you can acclimate them to your car, you know, so that they're used to riding. So a few days before, maybe a couple short rides. And if they're having a problem, then a lot of times we talked about using something as simple as an antihistamine to calm them a little bit, settle their stomachs. We don't use many tranquilizers per se as much in veterinary medicine as we used to, especially on airplanes.
Is it something like a Dramamine? Like what? Comparable to Dramamine?
Yeah, or Benadryl.
Okay. Yeah, you just said airplanes. We're traveling on airplanes. I know a lot of people are with their pets. What do you recommend as far as airline travel?
Well, first off, you need a health certificate. Remember that within 10 days of travel. That's a requirement by the airlines. Next thing you want to make sure is that you have a carrier that fits under the seat and your pet is used to it, comfortable with it, and put some treats in there so that they eat the treats and they go in there and they're happy, you know?
Yeah.
So my thought would be to go ahead and acclimate them and then take them. And as far as, again, tranquilizers, not so much. Yeah, not so much.
Now, what about holiday parties? You know, things can get really chaotic when you have all the food, you have all the guests, and then you have your pets too getting excited with all the extra company. Do you have any recommendations on that?
Yeah, I think these guys probably should be put away someplace.
Just put away
for a while. Yeah, it's much safer. Most doggies are crate trained. Most kitties are happy to be away from the noise. Birds should be in their cage, someplace separate. Yeah, I would put them away so you don't have to worry about them and they're not at risk.
I want to go back to something else because you had mentioned, of course, we're talking about travel. What if you decide to travel without your pet and you need to board your pet? What would you recommend?
Well, by now, most boarding facilities are probably full. So then you're going to have to look into house sitting. And try to look into the house sitter's reputation if you can. And check with people that are references. And if you can't find a house sitter, of course, you have to try family. Make sure your pet has its food, its water, and its crate or cage or box that the kitty might sleep in.
You can bribe a friend. You can give him a nice gift certificate somewhere. Get him dinner for taking care of it. It's nice.
And put a webcam up. Make sure that they're
exactly the nanny cam, the pet nanny cam. Well, and in addition to the general pet care that we talk about as far as medical pet care goes, what does ABQ Pet Care offer for emergency services?
Well, our clinic, my daughter, Dr. Carrie, who's one of you folks, and myself, and Dr. Braden offer 7-day-a-week care. We're there till 8 p.m. in the evening, and starting at 7:30 or 8 in the morning. So we try to be there, the three of us, all week long.
That's great.
Yeah, and we're on Montgomery. 9032 Montgomery Northeast. Okay.
It's so comforting.
Yeah, it is comforting to know that. And then what about like during the holidays and stuff? You guys are still around even during the holidays?
Actually, we do take 5 holidays off. Our clinic is Christmas, New Year's, and a couple of the others. Otherwise, we're there. We're there Christmas Eve, the day after, too.
Wonderful.
Fabulous.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome.
Yes, and of course, you can connect to Dr. Fitzpatrick by going to casa.com. We'll have those details up. And thanks, Tico. Good job. Good job. And mix it up at your holiday party. The Liquid Muse is up next with her favorite Christmas cocktail recipes.